Welcome back to the Lovin Amman podcast, where we dive into the latest news and stories from around Jordan. I'm Tariq, and with me today is Muhammad.
Hello, everyone. Excited to be here again, and I'm excited as well to unpack the headlines with you all. Let's jump right in. Firstly, we got a big political news from Jordan this week. His Majesty King Abdullah II has appointed Ja'far Hassan as the new Prime Minister. This follows the resignation of former Prime Minister Bishar al-Khassamneh.
That's right, it's a significant news. And Jafar Hassan is stepping into some pretty big shoes. Hassan has some notable background and appointments, and is expected to bring some fresh perspectives to Jordanian politics. Hassan's appointment is already making a wave online, but not just for his political credentials. There's been quite a buzz about his looks.
Oh yeah, it's true. A post on X, formerly known as Twitter, about his striking appearance has been trending. It's interesting how sometimes personal attributes can become part of the public discourse, even in serious roles like this, like a prime minister. It's definitely one of these quirky details and quirky moments that capture public attention. Like we even made a post about it, and it's surprising how big of a fuss it created, honestly.
So the guy is like around what, 60? But he looks like he's in his 40s, and it seems like he takes care of himself. What I'm more interested to know is, especially after the recent, we talked about this actually last time, the recent increase in tax on electric vehicles, how he navigates the current anger and hostility towards just every single politician right now. Any thoughts on from your side?
Honestly, yes. I'm deeply or like heavily against it. I don't understand where they're coming from. Like, don't they see our political situation and our economic position as well in the country? Like, people are like struggling heavily in economically and financially, and they would increase stuff like that. It just doesn't make sense, honestly. I'm surprised how such a decision like how can such a decision go through? Like I don't get it.
Absolutely, and especially like last minute, as a previous prime minister was leaving, he kind of pushed this through, right?
Yeah, it just seems fishy and weird.
So yeah, so I think for the current prime minister, it's going to be a delicate balance between like dealing with homegrown economic issues and trying to see how he can fix them, as well as dealing with like regional issues and regional instability. But let's shift gears away from politics a bit of a second to talk of something even more important, and that's some unfortunate news in the sports world. Qatari club Al Arabi announced that our Jordanian national team forward Yazan Namat, if you remember, he basically was our star player. He suffered a rib fracture, and he'll be on medical leave for about one and a half to 2 months, basically.
Damn. I mean that's heartbreaking to hear. I hope hopefully he'll have a speedy recovery and come back stronger than ever.
Is we have like now the World Cup qualifying games coming soon. Like we have a game against Korea coming soon, and there was yeah, it's not the best currently for our team, and the Jordanian team captain is under a lot of pressure to find like basically someone that can replace him. And I think our goalie also is a little bit injured. So we have two really big players kind of out of commission. So
Damn.
yeah, it's really let's see how they deal with it.
Damn, we're struggling. I mean, I'm not that big of a sports fan, but yeah, hopefully it all works out. Shifting gears to something more concerning, there's been some shocking news from Amman. And it's actually a place where I live near that. A taxi driver in Al Jubayha reportedly flashed a couple from Turkey. So there was like two tourists from Turkey, and this guy, I believe he was like kind of drunk. He flashed his privates onto these tourists for some unholy reason, which has left them like deeply shaken and concerned and shocked. Like, why would anyone do that? I've never, honestly, as a Jordanian myself, I've never had that happen to me ever, honestly.
I was going to ask you, and it happened in your neighborhood. So I was going to ask you, like, all the
Never.
never has happened because all the comments were saying that your neighborhood is like uh,
No,
ghetto, and I don't think it
no,
is.
no. No, never, never, never have I ever encountered anything remotely close, even.
Like I've heard about this happening in New York and London. Okay, but Amman, this is a new one for me. And he was a taxi driver. So that's also like what? Like what are you doing? Yeah.
Yeah, like, what? Like, he deals with a lot of people, supposedly, so. Yep, it is what it is.
Absolutely unacceptable behavior. It's disheartening to hear that such incidents are happening, especially for visitors, who are trying to enjoy their time in Amman. All the comments were
They will
like,
definitely come back.
hopefully they do come back and we can give them like a better like show of Jordan.
Hopefully, hopefully. I mean, on a different note, fashion influencer Tala Siraj has recently called out what she describes as self-hating Jordanians. She discussed this on Amman TV, criticizing the negativity toward Jordan and the way voting is perceived in the country. I mean, I honestly don't I don't blame her completely because like we see that in action a lot, especially recently, like in recent times, because the situation is pretty tough for us and for all countries around us, especially our brothers at Palestine and Lebanon as well. So yeah, I mean, let me hear your thoughts, Tara.
Like honestly, we deal with it. Like every single time we make a post that's like pro Jordan and saying how great
Yep.
Jordan is, we have 10 comments saying, why are you saying this? Jordan is terrible. You're lying. Jordan is divided and disgusting and stuff. And whenever we put something negative, we have a billion people saying, oh, we're unfollowing you. How can you say this about Jordan? So like, I don't think there's a way we can win.
Dress code.
Basically.
It's crazy. I mean, she did highlight some like underlying tensions and perceptions about national pride and participation in civic duties, but overall, I feel like we can't blame her. I can't blame her. Like a part of me low-key agrees with her to a certain extent, but yeah, like hopefully things get better from now on. Hopefully.
Well, look, there's like definitely a lot to unpack here. So, a lot to unpack that I don't think either of us are qualified to unpack, honestly. But it's definitely a conversation that should be had. So, well, that's a wrap for today's episode. Thank you for tuning in. And we'll catch you next time with more updates and discussions.